Silver Rain. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. Y'all, I braided my hair for a braid out. I took the braids out, but I forgot. I didn't forget. I gotta separate them, but I didn't feel like doing that at this point. Hold on, let me get the sage. First, we're gonna do the Palo Santo, and then we'll do the sage. I hope you're well, y'all. It's real though, it's real. I hope you're well, perfect, whole, and complete. Like my hair grows fast. Maybe because I'm growing fast. Maybe I just don't know. I think that's a big thing. I think we're growing, and we're growing pretty quickly. But we don't even really know it, you know? Ooh, y'all gotta do something. Spirit is telling me to do something, so hold on, please. All right, and if we get too much, you know, interference, why? It was working perfectly. I just need a new one. Okay, so it's over. So it's over. Let me see if I can get another one. Hold on a second. Thank you for being patient with me. It's gonna be, I don't know what it's gonna be. Palo Santo. That's what it's gonna be. Ooh. I feel maybe like a little bit of an emotional drain, but it's so interesting. It doesn't actually, it's not bad. It's not bad if the training is from going so deep within and allowing yourself not to know and being okay with not knowing. In other words, let the body or the emotions, believe it or not, take over. Something that I feel that people who are conscious dread. That allowing the emotions to just come up and exist and do nothing else about it. It's a powerful thing. If you can do it, it's so powerful. And yes, it leaves you drained. I think I feel drained because I realize that I feel like I'm being reminded that the importance of knowing thyself, but I think not just knowing thyself, it's all about being in this room. It's not just knowing thyself, but, I don't know, respecting it, understanding the self, understanding why that is your mission. So knowing yourself in a deeper sense, actually. I think that's the growth, you know. You know, I want to tell you, like, I know that it's December month and a lot of spiritual people, we are really wanting to clean house, get rid of the old, bring in the new, do intense house cleansing and house cleaning. And it's great, like, do it, because that's right on. That's exactly what needs to be done. But just know you're not going to leave everything in the next 20 days that you've been dealing with for the last 20 years. You're not going to leave anything. It's okay that there's some things that you haven't figured out. In other words, don't rush the process. Don't rush the pain. In my line of work, one thing that I notice and I see is that a lot of my sisters, our sisters, people, really, I'm sure, but I deal with sisters, is healing pain is not even something that is discussed or an option. it feels like almost if they didn't watch me and I brought it up, they would have never even understood that they're actually holding on to so much pain. It's interesting the tie between self-hatred and the holding on of pain, and for a lot of times for Black women. I feel like when we disconnect from our roots of who we are, of understanding our Blackness and our Africanness, and being proud of that and delving deeply into that. In other words, if you don't know, it's almost like if you don't know who you are, how are you going to know where you're going? How are you going to go anywhere? If you don't have a foundational root, you teeter and totter. And I think for us, first of all, just not having, some of us not having the cultural, the genetic root and the understanding, because you have to kind of love yourself to even want to heal yourself. You have to think you're worthy of healing. Most people, it's not that they don't think they're worthy of it, they don't think they need to do it. They have followed what their grandparents and grandparents and grandparents have done for so long, particularly Black people, where we just, it's a part of life, those things happen, but I'm not affected because I'm out of it, because the person's gone that hurt me, because the person even died, they're not even on the round. It's amazing how much that we have learned not to do the work on the deepest level. And we think because we're paying our bills, or we're eating when it's time to eat, or we're attending the events that we said that we were going to attend, right? Basically, that we're doing these everyday functions, that we're okay, that we're just fine. And I think when sometimes we see another person actually going through the pain and moving through the pain, we get so nervous and so afraid, and we don't even want them to be doing it. It's that deep when you're so afraid. You're so afraid to do the inner work that when you see someone else doing the inner work, it frightens you to no end. It's such, that's what I've learned, especially, I learned that in 2025 more than I learned that ever. It's always shown up in my life, especially being on YouTube for 17 years. It's always shown up where, don't say that, don't do that, or even without change, don't change, because if you go through the pain and you go through whatever you're going through, but you allow yourself the process, which means it's going to take time, you're actually going to change because of it. It happened in the first place because there was something in front of you that you were in that you did not absolutely want to see. And sometimes the universe has to rip the closest thing to us away from us, whether it's a relationship, a family member, a sibling, a child. Sometimes that ripping is for us to look at ourselves and even ask ourselves certain questions. And I think as women, we have so much guilt. So if something happens to us or someone in our family, we blame ourselves, instead of being gentle to the person that was that self when that situation occurred, or when we were mothers, or when we were wives, or when, it's like if we feel like if we go into and really look at what really happened, we might die. And that's the point, though. We are supposed to. I think the whole Jesus thing and the resurrection, or the I don't know, the persecution, first of all, it makes us so afraid, or we don't even see that we need the persecution before the resurrection. We need the crucifixion before the resurrection. The thing we're afraid of, the crucifixion, that people are going to judge us, that people are going to not like us, that we're going to judge ourselves, that we're going to really see that, oh my God, I was operating from fear or lack of love, or I didn't protect because I didn't know how to protect myself. I don't think people even get to the point where they don't even, that they realize they just didn't know how to protect themselves. I scare people. Yeah, I scare people. I scare them to the fact that, to the point that they would be much more happier to erase me till I'm not that, so that they can feel better about themselves. Oh, and I'm gonna close the chat, y'all. Hey, hello, peace and blessings. I'll try to get over it. I just sometimes close the chat. No offense, I close the chat so that I can focus, because I'll go out and I'll start reading. So if you want to chat, please. If you want to leave a message, I would love for you to do that. And I will get back. I'll get back to them when I'm done. So, because I still want to take me out, but thank you for being here. But I think that the number one thing, people can't come in and attack, or people can't come in and not know you or understand you unless you don't know yourself. Unless you're not rooted in who you are. I feel like my teachings for 2026 for women, for black women, is to help you understand that who you are, who you were made to be, your purpose is everything. And it's the reason why you're having, it's the lack of knowledge of your purpose, of who you are, of who the divine made you to be, of the reason why you're on the earth, the work you're supposed to be doing, is because you don't realize who you are. And who you are, when I say phenomenal and so unique. So unique, and like the uniqueness is what's so beautiful about you. Everybody and anybody could be everybody and anybody. That's my message. That's the way I'm going to display it. You are amazing, and you are great, and you are unique, and that's what you need to delve into. Your anguish, your despair, your hurt, your confusion is because you're wanting or even trying to fit into a mold that absolutely makes you feel trapped. Like almost like you're in a straitjacket and you can't get out. And so the mental illness starts to happen. The denial, the hurt, the pain. Just imagine being trapped inside of yourself and you see it as a bad thing instead of a good thing. A lot of times when we go to the brink of even that mental illness, it's a lot of times the body say, the mind or the spirit saying, you keep trying to run away from me and I'm going to hold you tight right in here and you're going to be able to look and see. And if you have problems with that, that's why counseling and coaches come in. Come into, do a one-on-one consultation. See about coming into the master classes so that you could go just that deeper and then allow the person to be able to give you what you need. It's very important that we realize, I feel like you should analyze yourself, but not looking for flaws. Looking for the unique and individual you. You should analyze yourself, not looking for flaws, but looking for the authentic you. And let me give you a clue. The authentic you is not mean or here to hurt other people or here to take down another. The authentic you is the best you. It's the one that you came to be. It's the one that you've always been or were designed to be. You'll never have another problem again because no one will be able to come in and tell you who you are or who you should be, or worse, not see you at all. Through my life, I've just had people who just could not see me. So they wanted to change. They couldn't see me, so they didn't appreciate me. Sometimes too, you're so powerful that the people in your life, they may have to come to you, never see you, never understand your strength, your uniqueness, your specialness, never even understand how much you love and you gave, and may have to go somewhere else and learn how to do that with somebody else that maybe the power and the intensity is not as great. Sometimes you're just the opening. You're the lesson. You walk them to the crossroad so that now they can make a decision of which way to go. You're not going to help them make the decision. At the crossroad, they'll meet someone else that will maybe be able to guide them to which direction, just like a spirit guide, but it could be in the flesh. So they'll meet someone else that they're able to, because you got them ready. You opened up the deepest parts. You might have even brought out all of their demons. You're like, oh my God, this person's a narcissist. Oh my God, this person's a demon. But in actuality, you were the catalyst. Your role might be as a spiritual being, as a catalyst. But you're not the one to walk down the road with that person. Your person is probably a bit higher vibratory frequency. So if you see some person you were with in love with someone else, it's their match. But it's you that got them to that person. It's you that opened them up. They now are sitting and seeing everything you said that they could have done you better, treated you better, because they're now wanting to do that with another person that's saying the same thing you said, that's telling them the same people to watch out for the same people you told them to watch out for. Everything, nothing changes because you change partners. The only thing that has the ability to change is you. So some of you are the catalyst to someone else's change, but you're not going all the way. It's important for us to say this because we got to start somewhere. So you start feeling bad about why I don't get to keep the person, why I don't get to have the good things. Why are they going somewhere else and the person's telling the same thing, but they're taking it? Because they're finally realizing that maybe it's them and that they can't keep running. So they have to sit somewhere and do the work. But this could be not just a lover. This could be your own child who didn't listen and then found some other woman that they call their auntie, some older, mature woman, and they're listening to everything she said. And you're feeling guilty because you're thinking, why couldn't they stay absent? It is because of you that they were able to hear it the second time or the third time around. And I'm not saying to you that's your lot. Your lot is to recognize the power in being a catalyst. Because you're demoting that. You're making that not as powerful. You didn't win because you're the catalyst. Who could want to be the catalyst? Who want to be the shit starter, but never be the one that finishes? But you don't understand, the catalyst is the one that opens the way. The door was completely closed before you. And if you stood up and understood your role, you would actually get everything that you desire and need, because it's you denying the role of the catalyst that is keeping you from receiving the bounty of love and goodness that you so desire. Some of us are the ones that walk down the road with them. You think you want that road. You think you want that road. That's a hard road. And the person that decides to take on that road is also working through their own trauma, because this person they're traumatic. They're working through their own trauma, their insecurity, their fears, and they're willing to walk with someone else that has it as well. It could be very successful, or it could be they get each other or that person to another place, and even they will have to move on. See yourself walking along a path, meeting different people, and veering to the right and the left, and saying goodbye with no animosity. We have to start seeing our greatness or our position or our purpose. Because I promise no one will ever be able to take advantage of us. We'll be like, no, I know who I am, and So that person that doesn't know who I am, I'll never be with them. They'll never be with me. So I can't talk about attracting people in my life that want to erase who I am without really talking about the fact that did I even know who I was? Did I even understand my power? Did I even understand the role that the Most High gave unto me? And that everything comes from that base of who I really am. Do I even know that? And the importance of taking time to actually know that. There's an importance you have. When I was going to say something, I was going to say, I've really had people in my life that say, you dope, you bad, you're amazing, you're unique, but it's not true. You know why I say it? It's that we listen or attract the ones that don't know it, and we're more concerned about how they feel about us than the ones that always tell us the truth. But if you want to, but what you're saying is you're not receiving those that actually see you. For some reason, you're not receiving them. And one way to do that, I find, is to make sure you create and stay in your spiritual practice. That one is everything. I met the most high-vibing people, or the ones that high-vibed, they brought their highest vibrational level when they were in front of me, when I was actually doing the intense work, prayer, meditation. Consistency in my discipline of my role with the divine. Some of you are high priestess, meaning some of this stuff you even think you want is actually not for you. You've had it many lifetimes over. You're in another position. So let's talk about the high priestess. I would put myself in that category. There's a certain life that you lead. It's almost like washing your hands before prayer, knowing that prayer is coming, knowing that you must pray each day. I'm not telling you to take what I'm saying literal. I'm giving you an example so you can get a picture of what a life for a high priestess would look like. Certain events you don't go to, certain things you don't engage in, certain people you don't engage in, certain acts you don't engage in. You may have a best friend who's wild and free. As long as she uses condoms, she sleeps with anybody she wants. Seems like all the men adore her. Everybody's chasing her. She's at all the great parties, and you're wondering why can't you be like that? Because you are a high priestess. And the only way to really be a high priestess is to follow the tenets, is to follow, in a sense, the rules, because the rules are there for your protection, to keep you pure, because you are working for the divine. You have a boss. You have an employer, and it is the divine. So you have to know that role. You have to know exactly, are you a catalyst? Are you a high priestess? Are you one that walks the road with? Are you the one that's at the end of the road? Some would call this the elder. Some would call this the sage, the seer, the crone woman. She's the one that actually, when you get there, because you got to be ready for her, because she got more wisdom, but it's so high vibrational. It's so highly, it's beyond the intellect, that you won't understand what she's saying when she says it. So you will not be ready for the information she gives you. So you have to, if you're looking for that type of guide, you have to get yourself to a place where you're able to receive the information that that type of guide actually has for you. Or you could be that guide. You could be the crone woman. You could be that. And you could be a variety, and at the same time of all of them, because I'm also now the crone woman too. See, I didn't understand my position as the one that brings wisdom, and how if I took that position, if I poo-pooed on that position, if I denied that position, that I actually would not prosper in any way. So as much as I have my things about being on YouTube, where the views the people that I'm supposed to, as a woman, as an elder woman, that I'm supposed to move through life. I know that that is my mission. And that is also my position. And I don't have to ever doubt it or contemplate about it. I must stand firmly in that and understand that. And because of that, I birth bags and jewelry and clothing, because I'm free to move with spirit, and that spirit tells me to move. When someone doesn't see that, it's a detriment to them as well as you. Because our elders are supposed to bring out the best in who God says that we are. Not who society says that we are. I'm in an honored place. I'm in a blessed place to be chosen, to be able to lead Black women into love and to health and to longevity and to happiness and to joy. What a gift that the divine has given me. What a pleasure. The Most High kept me more than afloat for 17 years and even longer because of the work that I was doing, and I forgot that, didn't understand that. I lost, for a second, I was going out of myself. I was being taught to do it, and I tried it because I'm just that person. Like, okay, let's forget the spiritual. Let's do it another way. Let's take it in. What people don't understand is you can't say, don't be spiritual in public. Just go meditate. No, Spirit gave you the gift to be spiritual in public. Spirit gave you the rare gift that you don't have to change yourself in different environments because you are walking in your purpose, the purpose that other people need to see as well. That's the blessing. That I actually was being asked to be taken back when I was born to only go forward. I already received the freedom to be who I am whenever I wanted to. So it was ridiculous to be asked to be something that I wasn't when I was successful even, and abundant, I would dare say, regardless of appearances, when I was actually moving into or being in it's like you wouldn't go to a indigenous remote town where there is a woman that is known for her psychic and healing abilities and go into her town, into her small village, which took days to get to. Now, if you're willing to do that, that means you're willing to sit at the hem of her garment and listen to the psychic messages that she has given you. It would be arrogance to go to her and tell her how she should do it differently to reach more people, and that the spiritual part got to go, and we can just market you totally different and forget the work of the people you used to help, because it doesn't really matter, because you're trying to get these other superficial people who need you more than they even need them themselves. But it's because they can't see you. You know why? Because you're accessible. See, the woman that you got to take a boat, a car, a plane to see, and then walk 50 miles and camp out before you get, she is not as accessible. So, Tori, you are right when you talk about the accessibility. I don't feel like the accessibility of me being on YouTube is actually a problem. I think it's when I let people come into my personal space, and I'm learning how not to do that. Learning who I make friends with, who I give my phone number to, who I connect to, who I bring into my smaller, more intimate circles that have been established. That is what I'm learning this whole year. I mean, I was literally sleeping with someone who actually hated me, who was my enemy, who was jealous of me, who wanted to destroy me. who could not see me, who did not like me. So I have to be very careful. That is my lesson of 2025. I have people that I've never met, but you got each other's phone number. Let me tell you energetically about giving out your phone number. This is something that I realize. Everybody can't get your phone number. That is a form of access to you. Because you got people that have your phone number that as soon as they get off the phone for all your great advice that you give them, they watch you and become jealous and hateful. Remember, let's go back to self-hatred, especially with black people. So many black people, I have a friend, well, she's not my friend, she's somebody I never actually met, but she's somebody that I gave my phone number to. And she always talks about this other person who is very fair-skinned and very socially accepted in society, and this woman can never do any wrong. But because I'm nappy-headed and very dark, she knows I have the wisdom. I'm the root of the people. But she knows that even there's a beauty, but because she was told that that's not beautiful, and that shit, so don't show yourself, don't talk too much. If I looked different, they would never tell me to be quiet. They're ashamed of my boldness. They're ashamed of my nappiness. They're ashamed of my darkness. They're ashamed and somewhat even jealous that while the root keeps showing up to say, who's the mother and who's the child? And they can't understand why I'm not ashamed of it. They can't understand how dare I walk around boldly. They can't understand why I shine my skin. They can't understand why I wear my gray. They can't understand why I don't believe what they believe, because I didn't grow up with self-hatred. My mama loved us. She brought Africa to our lives at a very early stage. Y'all had a white Jesus. I had none. I was God. God looked like this in my house. Because when I looked in the mirror, that's what I saw every day. That's what I was taught. That's a difference. That's something I have to understand about myself. I have to understand that although I wasn't in a traditional indigenous village somewhere, my mother was the shaman that was teaching her daughter to be one as well. That my ability to be free, to be taught to be free, to do your art in which you love, to be yourself was so rare. And it shaped me. And you want me to go backwards? In the dark, where people wish, a place where I am that people wish they could be, that I've been taking women through and being the mama that they need? I am mama. I am grandmother. And I have to wear it. So I want to apologize to y'all. Because even though I say, oh, those are my videos, and I can do whatever I want with my videos, they were never my videos, were they? They were an offering that I gave, and I took it back. I took the offering back because I thought it was about me. I thought they were mine. I didn't understand the spiritual, I don't know, I just keep saying heightness of what they did and do for others. And so I humbly apologize to you as a community that have been there through my thick and my thin. And I hope that you will forgive me for that. I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and always healing. That's the read for today, y'all. That's the read for today. I thank you so much for being here. 68 thumbs up. I appreciate you. I would love you. I know I had a video up yesterday. It was so, I took it down, I put it up. It's because I was in something that made me question every damn thing that I'm doing. And I was already questioning a lot of it. I started getting scared because the numbers or the comments or the this, and I have to not do that. So please comment. send them out. Now wait, you have a responsibility too. You all haven't been on your best either. You've been taking without giving. If this is my tithing and my work is my offering, you're giving monetary $20, $30, $40 a donation. You're not also being reciprocal either. Taking a class, buying a consultation, buying something beautiful from the website, giving a thumbs up, leaving a comment. So many ways to sharing the video. I need it to change. So if you got this far, and I'll announce it in another video, what I'm going to do with I think it was 10,000 videos, y'all, some incredible amount over the years. I'm going to put them in a series. Maybe I'll put North Carolina years, married years, after the divorce years, traveling years, California years, or, because I got to group them in a way. And I don't know how many videos I'm gonna have in the group. I don't know if I'm gonna have 15 videos in the group, 20 in the group. Maybe I'll do it by topic or subject. It's gonna be a lot of videos, but I'm gonna put them together, and then I'm going to put them on the website, meaning you'll be able to purchase them. You'll be able to download the videos. You'll have the links, so I won't ever private those or erase the ones that that you could be able to see. And I don't know how many videos are gonna be in it, and I don't know how much I'm gonna charge. I think I'm gonna charge, I'm feeling $30. $30, and you'll have all these videos that's yours forever, as long as I live, because I don't know what YouTube do after I leave. That's what that's how you'll give, and I'm giving. You love those videos. I can't have those videos. I do need to move on. I got 10,000 more videos. If God give me 10,000 more breaths or more, I'm trying to tell you. This is not something that is a one-trick pony. You don't be on something for 17 years as a one-trick pony. You don't. I got so much to share, so many ways to share. But we will get every single one of them videos packaged. We could do from 2009 to 2015, I don't know, whatever way, and you buy it, and you have it forever. $30 one time. Y'all gotta be fair too. Y'all can't just say, oh, you should do this, that. Say, but I'm 30 for maybe 15 videos, I'm gonna do it. And it'll be my motivation. It'll get me up in the morning. It'll help me sleep at night. It'll be a reminder. It's going to take a minute to package that amount of videos, but I'm going to do it. And you'll just go to the website. You'll pay, of course, and you'll be able to download the videos or have access to the links. Ladies. I'll do another video talking about it, but anyway, comment, thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Oh, also, we're going to change the name. This is a spiritual channel. I changed the name to African American. This is a spiritual channel. So we're going to change it back to High Elevation channel, or because I love High Elevation, because that's what keeps happening, High Elevation. I think we'll go back to High Elevation. That just feels right. You know what I'm saying? So I will do that. I got a lot to do today, and that will be one of them. I love you with all my heart. Let me just see if I could let this go. It's always very iffy with the chat, but we're not going to say that. It's not always very iffy. The right people in the right way all the time. Hey, yo. How you doing, Ayo? I appreciate you so much, Lisa. Thank you for sharing the best and most vulnerable parts of you. We have grown tremendous together. Thank you. Hey, truly, Dania, your hair, your skin, you are gorgeous. Thank you. The hair is everything. Thank you, Krista Vista. Love the name. You have changed our life. The father says we're Oaktown. Yes, welcome and thank you. Thank you for sharing your general sentiments. Keep going. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody that says hi. Thank you. Peace to you, Jolly J. Y'all, it look like I don't have no choice. It look like I don't have no choice. I tried to. This feel like the week of total transformation. I needed to go down that road to forget who I was so I could remember. Oh, child. It is my gift. And I mean a gift from the divine to be in a position to do it. And I am very emotional because even though I can't meet you all the time and see you, I felt y'all this week. I felt y'all. And I felt the need. And I'm very honored, very honored. I'm very honored to be in your presence. And I'm gonna be here for y'all. Please be here for me. Everything's in the description box if you want to make a donation. Everything helps, it really does. And or purchase something or book a consultation. I give thanks for y'all, and I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.